Hello, everybody. We're live. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'm Real Lady Electrician. My name's Crystal, and I would like to welcome you all today. So, what I do here is I talk about my mental health. I am not a doctor or a therapist or whatever the other words are for mental health people, not a psychiatrist, none of that. I just am a person who's been diagnosed with severe anxiety and depression. And I talk about how I deal with that on my lives. And we discuss in the chat how people are feeling and maybe some topics that they'd like to cover. And then we just chat and kind of see where that takes us. But normally I do try to stay to the topic. Today it is grief and anger. Mm. And so I see we don't have really anybody here today. So I'm just going to go ahead and start talking about grief and anger. So recently, and I don't know, my depression is weird because when I grew up, you weren't supposed to cry. You were supposed to be good and not make trouble. And so I keep a lot of stuff in. And so since I do that, I don't always recognize emotions. I don't always have words for my emotions. I don't. Sometimes it takes me a while to figure out that I'm even having an emotion. Okay. And so recently, which is it'll be a year in May, I looked up the date of her death. My niece died from an accidental overdose of fentanyl. And so what I've started to do with the grief, we've been talking about grief, is to delve into the separate issues of grief to figure out what the heck is going on with me. So, I have stuff inside, like I said, and I just can't figure out, I don't know the words. I don't know how to get it out. So that's what I'm doing here today. I was very close to her when she was a little kid. I used to babysit her when she was about, I want to say 2, 3 years old. And that's before I became an electrician. But she was the sweetest kid you've ever met. Um, and I miss her more than I think I do. Do you know what I mean? I think my heart is hurt more than I realize because I tend to, and there might be plenty of people here like this, I tend to blow stuff off. I did it for 20 years at my old job. Oh, I'm just overreacting, or I screwed up and I should be yelled at, or tissues, or let's see, how else do we push things off? It's our fault. um we take responsibility for things that we really shouldn't be taking responsibility for. So when I have the feelings, I just kind of push them down. I'm sure there are a lot of people that do this. And when I push them down and they're hidden, I don't know they're there. I don't know I've done that. It's an automatic response to trauma or something that's not doesn't feel good, something like that. And for many, many years, this is before she passed away, but for many, many years, I self-medicated. I was diagnosed in 2007 with anxiety and then depression in definitely 2018. But I believe it was before that I was taking depression meds. I wanna say they just adjusted them in 2018. So, between 2007, 2018, sometime in there in the middle, I was diagnosed with depression as well. And, like, serious, like, not getting off the couch, not doing anything, just crying all day. If you've ever been there, let me know. Because it's actually I don't remember a lot of it because I was just zoned out. I was just, like, not I was not here. I was off from work because I was having so much trouble. I did go back to work after this episode, but I was off for work and, I just needed to find a good therapist and a good psychiatrist. Let me tell you, that's not easy. Hey, Stock Explorer, welcome. Welcome. Oh, if you want to talk about the electrical info, I have an Instagram that I will put in here. And if you want to DM me, shift. Well, you know it's at, right? So I'll just put real lady electrician, one word. TRICI. You see, I'm not a really good typer. So you can DM me on my Instagram. That's usually where I communicate with other people. Hi, Jamie. How are you today? So yeah, definitely Stock Explorer. Reach out on my Instagram and I'll definitely let you know. I think I know you did ask me one question. How old was I? Because you're in your 50s. I will tell you this is a job, being an electrician, that your age is not your friend. But electronics, if you're into electronics, it's very good. Communications, those are all different parts of electrical. If you're in excellent physical condition, you're it. Don't tell anybody how old you are. You don't have to. You're 47. Okay. Yeah, if you're in really good health and you have a lot of energy and stuff, because it's a physically demanding job. Yeah. And that's why I'm off work now. I need some good resources for studying. Okay. Okay. I have to take my every 2 years you have to do it's not a recertification, it's like an update. And so I need to do that before I can have my license renewed this year. Um but it's I really enjoy it. So I will do that. If you DM me on Instagram, I may not get back to you, but it'll be there and I will see it and answer it when I can get to it. That's the best way to contact me because I don't check my email regularly like I should. Um so definitely Instagram. But I was 27, let's see, 2000, and this 2022, so 50, 40, 30. I was in my 30s, early 30s when I started, but I was in a huge company. So okay. Okay. Thank you. I am going to go back to the topic because because I get sidetracked real easy. If you've been here, you know. So let's see. I'm gonna put up and I always get so excited about this just because I know how to do it. Whenever I accomplish anything, I'm very, very happy about it. My slides. And this will help keep me on track. Okay, we're gonna talk about grief and denial. Hi, Biniam. Hello, and how are you? I'm having a really good day. Oh, we're talking about grief and anger. I did not correct that. So let me just go to the next page. Denial was last week. What happened? Oh, uh, I closed it on here. All right, I'm going to have to redo it, I think, because it's like you're getting it from your phone and your computer to come up here. So let's close, remove. I'm back. Hello. I'm having my coffee, my kitty cup. I love this cup. I know one day I'm going to break it, but for now it was my Christmas present and I just can't put it down. It's so cute. It's got my old lady right there, the gray cat on the top. She'll be 22 this year. Thank you for coming in, everybody. Okay, so now I needed to remove from studio. Okay. And now it's under share. If you go up and it says slides. And I'm just so proud. So proud. Now the next one should be, it's not doing it. What is going on? I'm going to have to be mad at slides today for sure. Let's see. I have it on my phone. All right. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. See, I was so proud and then now look, I messed it up. Oh, man. Let's see. Return. Okay. So here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Now I'm going to turn it off. Okay, I'm going to take it down and then I will see in a minute if it's going to work. Oh, you have your ugly book. Now, do you have it's the code. Do you have the code book yet? Those are expensive. I'm not going to lie. Those are expensive. So, yes, it is Google Slides. Google Slides. Hey, lady Spellbreaker. So glad to see you. How are you doing today? We're going to talk about the anger part of grief. And I did look up the 7 steps, and I am going to add whichever ones I don't have to this article after we get through it. So I'm definitely going to be posting that too, because they're different and they're a little bit, they explain a little more too. So thank you for that info. I appreciate that. So I'm going to go back to share. Everybody cross your fingers. I'm going to go to slides. Go to wellness. Nope, I corrected that. It's not going to. Why is it doing this to me? I can't leave. So, all right, I'll have to read it from my phone. Okay, slides. I should have fixed it and then loaded it before. So let me remove. Remove from studio. It's just me. Okay, so what I do have is slides on my phone, and I'm just going to read them to you guys. I really wish. Grief and anger is for today. So I'm going to put my glasses on so I can read you the article. I'm good. It's a nice day. I'm going to go to the park while I'm getting ready. I'm going to be here listening. That is awesome. I'm so glad you're getting out in the beautiful weather. I have not gone out yet, but I think when my dog wants to go out after this live, I think I'm going to go out with him. I just usually let him out, um I'll probably go out with him and even let my kittens go out. As long as I'm outside, I'm okay with them going out. Oh, the anger stage of grief. Excellent topic. I think I need anger management again after the grief during a pandemic and now a war. I know. I know. It's the world is crazy. And I think those of us who have mental health issues are very sensitive people. I think that's one of the reasons why we have issues, but yeah, this is going to affect tons of people. And I I'm upset, but it's like I don't get it. Why would he even do that? And I'm absolutely praying for all the people over there and all the people here who have family there. I have a friend, he was a work friend, but he was from Ukraine, and I haven't spoke to him in a long time. So I'm hoping that his family is well and that he is well. Let's see. I'm hanging in here, Stock Explorer and Crystal. Thanks for asking. How are both of you? Yeah, I think I just told you. I'm doing pretty good, but I understand that this war thing is really going to affect a lot of people. And heaven, if you have family there, I can't even imagine what you're going through. I don't know if I could keep it together for that. Like if my mom lived there, I don't know. I just don't know. So I'm going to read you the first page. Let's see. Glasses. Okay. This is the 5 stages of grief. This from Psych Central. This was their article. And we're talking about anger today. We did denial last Wednesday. If you're interested and you want to look at that. Oh, yes, I have someone with an aunt right near Kiev. Yes. Very empathetic. Oh, okay, Lady Spellbreaker. Yes. I've heard that. I don't know how you know if you're an empath, but I know that if I'm in a room and it's just the energy is not right, I can feel it. It's like, man, I need to get out of here. Um someone with an aunt and they're hiding in the basement. Where I mean, that's what you would have to do. You would have I've seen the pictures. Can you imagine that coming through our streets? I I don't know. I just I mean, it's horrible, and I don't get him. I don't get him. I said to my husband, "So we go to our neighbor over here and we say, 'Hey, we want your house.' So we kill them and we take their house." What? We would be in prison. We would be in prison, right? I don't know if we should be talking about this on YouTube, but that's what I told my husband. I'm like, "We would be totally in prison. Why is he not in prison right now?" Hey, Frugal Mama, welcome. We're talking about anger as it relates to grief today and just random topics, of course. Yes, keeping them all lifted in prayer. We were talking about the Ukraine, what's going on in the Ukraine, and how I just don't get it. I don't get it. If he was here doing what he's doing to his neighbor right next door, he would be in prison or going to prison. So, yeah, keeping them all lifted up. Thank you so much, Lady Spellbreaker. So, here we go. All right. Anger. Oh, yes, keeping them all. Okay. Keep trying to catch you. I'm mostly nights now, but this grief topic is very important. Um, Frugal Mama and Busy Mama will go live today at 4. If you have time, they usually go for an hour, and they have excellent topics, Lady Spellbreaker. They did what did you do last week? It was Black History Month. I think it was Black History Trivia. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. I learned a lot in that live. I always learn a lot when I go to their lives. So if you get a chance, Lady Spellbreaker, try to catch them around 4. And then of course they all have stuff on their channel, you know, her and One Busy Mama. So I thank you for coming to be here with the grief topic too. Sometimes pain takes other forms, according to Kubler-Ross. That's the person that they are talking about in the article. That's the person that wrote the first 5 steps of anger. Um, Pain from a loss is often redirected and expressed in anger. Feeling intensely angry might surprise you or your loved ones, but it's not uncommon. This anger serves a purpose. It might be particularly overwhelming for some people to feel angry because in many cultures, anger is a feared or rejected emotion. You might be more used to avoiding it than confronting it. Um, that's true. I mean, when I was young, I was an angry person. Yes, Eastern time, Lady Spellbreaker. Um, I think we're all grieving our old lives also. Yeah, that is a possibility. Because right now I'm missing work incredibly, and I know that I am going through some stuff about that. Um, okay, anger. I know that in the past, you can just get angry for no reason if you're going through grief or you know how you're just like sitting there and someone says something that is totally random and it just sets you off and you're like, "Ah!" I've had that, yeah, righteous anger. I've had that before, but I'm older now. So I still go off. I'm not going to lie. I still go off, but I always apologize after because I didn't mean to hurt that person. And it's a genuine apology, not just I'm sorry because I got mad at you, but why? I think the reason I got mad at you was this, and it's not your fault. And I'm very, very sorry. So I'm at that point. So I feel grown up when I do that, but I still feel bad about getting mad. Hey, Susan. Sorry I'm late in the conversation. I sent off your winnings and I will get you that tracking number today. It's coming to you. So, no worries that you're late. No worries. We'll be here for an hour and a half. Yes, grief is the loss of anything. Right. I did read that in the article. We all lost our freedom when the pandemic began. Freedom to breathe and make many choices. That is true. Yes, all that is true. So, and I don't think like I was saying earlier before you guys got here, that sometimes we just stick it down or we blow it off. Like, I'm good for that. I'm good for blowing stuff off. Like, yeah, maybe I'm just overreacting. Maybe I'm just sensitive today. Maybe I'm just tired. I don't feel well, blah, blah, blah. All these reasons to stuff down the anger. And then everyone knows you keep stuffing. And then once you're full, it's coming out. It's coming out in the weirdest way possible, the most embarrassing, weirdest, wrong time ever. you know? So, expressing anger in healthier ways and take accountability. Yes. So, good ways to deal with anger. Do we have some good coping mechanisms with anger here? I stretch mine through hard rock, usually screaming in my own space instead of at others. That's really good. I get in the car and I do sing really, really loud, like it hurts loud. So that does help. Um, I know exercise is good to get those feelings out. Um, and I have to be careful too because, when you're in a marriage, that's the first person who gets it. Whether they're angry at something else, you're the first person that's going to get it. My husband gets it when I have a bad day. I get it when he's mad about something or had a bad day. And then I just say, hey, I think something's going on here and you need to quit being mean to me. So, yes, the bottle you use to bottle up emotions explodes. Absolutely. And always at the worst time. At the worst time ever. Okay, let's go to the next page. Okay. During the anger stage of grief, you might start asking questions like why me, or what did I do to deserve this? Why me, or what did I do to deserve this? Huh. I never blame like God. I get it. God is here. Hey Zach, glad you're here. Hi, Miss Pretty Lady. Have you seen the Anger Iceberg? I learned that in treatment. No, I haven't. I would love to see that. Let's see. Yeah, bottled up. Stock Explorer said true. Hi, Jamie and Crystal. Hi. Let's see. I have a really clean house. When I get angry, you'd be surprised how much you can clean when you're mad. Oh, yeah, Susan. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. When my knees are good, I mean, I could clean for like hours and just be exhausted. And actually, that felt pretty good to me. But now I can only do about 20 minutes. I did yesterday. I cleaned for a while and then I sat down and cleaned for a while. I'm working on my room. I have decided that this room is going to be organized before I go into surgery, if it has to kill me. So I have a little stool in here that I sit on, and then I can stand up for a little bit and sit down for a little bit. And so let's see. Yes, my mom took her anger out on me, and so did my dad. See, and that's horrible. That's a horrible way to deal with anger. And I think you said before, Lady Spellbreaker, about breaking the cycle. Yeah. That's why if I get mad at any of my nieces and nephews, I tell them and I apologize or explain why. Because to me, I always wanted to know, why are you mad at me? Why? What did I do or did I not do to get you upset at me? And that's from childhood. So, yes, absolutely horrible. Miss Pretty Lady virtual hug. Hello, Zach. Hello, Lady Spellbreaker. Oh, yes, compulsive cleaning is one of mine too. Yeah. My mom used to do that. I think that's why I like not clean a little here and there. She used to do like a marathon. So I believe that she had depression when I was like a little, like probably before I was born or once I was born, or I don't know. But she used to like go on these cleaning things. When I got old enough, she'd let me help. And I would stay up late. If it wasn't a school night, she'd let me stay up late and help her clean. We would do the whole house. So I must have got that from her. But she has a very clean house, and I do not. Parents have a bad day at work and take it out on the kids is no good, right? No good at all. No good. Yep, anger is a difficult one. Like I said, sometimes it creeps up on you, you know, and if you're always angry, that's just a horrible life to have. Horrible. Um, I would say, and like back then when I was younger, you guys know I'm 52. There was no therapy. There was no psychiatrist. You had to have a lot of money to go. And also my family was like, you don't need no psychiatrist. They were from down south. That was a horrible accent. You just need to take care of yourself. Quit being a baby. Stop being mean. But no ways to cope. No, this will help you to be happier. This will help you to not be mean. So I was a pretty mean teenager. I was pretty snotty and sarcastic. I'm still sarcastic, but I'm not snotty anymore. Yes, it was nothing we did, but as kids, we didn't understand that work or stress does to our parents. I know, I know. And don't you think? I mean, if they had explained it to us and apologized, I think they would have. They would have. It would have been better for us. Zach said my mom blamed herself for my brother's passing. Oh no, Zach, that was totally something you guys didn't know. You said it was a heart thing, and nobody knows that. I hope she's doing better, your mom. I hope she doesn't still feel that way. Mm. My older son has always been a very angry person. I am proud of him. He is starting to realize that he has other emotion and realize that anger is usually covering up something else. Exactly, Susan. Yes. When I get angry, it's not about what I got angry about. That's why I'm like, okay, I need to find out. First of all, I feel bad immediately. And I used to be a really proud person, but now I'll just say, okay, that was wrong. I don't know why I did that. And I'll try to talk it through a little bit. Um, yeah, sounds like your parents. Yeah. She went to therapy and that really helped her. That is awesome, Zach. That is awesome. So, and I was watching something on TV and I thought this was it was something I didn't realize, and I thought it was a wonderful, wonderful way to speak. The woman, her husband died from, I can't remember what cancer. I think it was cancer. And she said that the grief never goes away. It just gets easier to live with. So I don't know how you guys feel about that. Susan, be so proud of him. There are many other emotions under there, right? Anger is like a mask, right? And we hold it up because we don't want anyone, like what the reason I was angry, I didn't want to get close to anybody because I didn't want to get hurt anymore. So anger was like a mask for me. And I'll tell you what, the first person who got through, well, I have a best friend. Miss Jamie was not there when I was that young, but she's a best friend too. My husband was angry as well, but we worked through that. I'm telling you, to get to 30 years, 31 years, it doesn't happen overnight. So we went through a lot of stuff together because I was 21 and he was 23 or 24 when we got married. So he actually really helped me to get through my anger and to figure out what the heck I was doing wrong. I think that it is difficult for men because they think they have to be strong and can't show emotion. Yes, Susan, that is true. That is very true. Even I always tell my nephews, it's okay to cry. And my nieces, it's okay. Someone else may say, don't be a baby. And I'll go, no, it's okay. It's okay. Get it out. You'll feel better. Lady Spellbreaker said, sorry to hear that, Zach. I hope she knows it wasn't her fault. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, how are you doing? That was a very fun panel that you had. I do like Michael Malloy, but I never met Jet. She was fun too. Let's see. I was so mad at myself when my brother passed because the last words I said to was, I don't like you. I know, Zach, but you know now that he loves you. You know now. It doesn't matter what you said last. He doesn't care. He loves you and watches over you. Sometimes I watch a sad movie to cry. Yep. Yep. I'm trying to. What's my favorite sad movie to watch? Shoot. Sometimes I'm so upset I cried a commercial. One of those really sweet. Oh, and the ASPCA commercials. Come on. I have to fast forward through those now because they do. I always get verklempt at the ASPCA commercials. Ugh. I got some grief cards to help me through the loss of my only child. They help me so much to relieve some of the hurt, guilt, and regrets. That's awesome. Grief cards. I'll have to look that up too. I don't, yeah, I don't know. I didn't know they existed. He used to get into so much trouble when he was a teenager because he liked to fight. He's calmed down a lot. That's good. That's good. My nephew was like that when he was younger, but now he won't listen to me. He doesn't go to therapy. He isn't going to get his meds right, nothing. Well, dang, sometimes commercials get you for sure, especially those long ones. I'm having trouble with words today. I'm not sure why. Zach said, I swear he's still here with me because random things will fall off the table and no one is near the table. Yep. Yep, Zach. You said sometimes you can feel him there trying to protect you. Zach, so sorry to hear it went that way. Don't be hard on yourself. Oh, okay, okay. Sending you divine healing hugs and blessings. Lady Spellbreaker says, hello, Tiffany. He is there, and he is there with you, Zach. Yes, we talked about that, I think, last week, too. Tiffany said, hello, Lady Spellbreaker. My sincere condolences. Lady Spellbreaker is awesome, Tiffany. She does meditations, but she also, it's not all quiet time. Like, at least the ones I've been to, she talks about things, about books and stuff. And she's a positive, supportive person. Even going through all that she's going through, she is positive and supportive. I think she's asking Zach, do you ever look at and read any words when things fall? That's a good question, Zach. That's a good question. Do you ever look at and read any words when things fall? She says, my angel speaks to me in so many ways too, telling me to forgive myself. And she says, thank you, Tiffany. And he does love you, Zach. So yeah, Zach's brother. We have a lot of people in here today that have grief. So if you're not familiar with their stories, they are, of course, in the live chats and the other Wellness Wednesdays. Not my stories to tell. So Zach says, I don't, Lady Spellbreaker meditation. And healing grief cards on Amazon. They have trauma and coping skills cards too. That sounds interesting. I may have to check that out, the coping skills thing, because I have been, I know, don't come at me, but they're healing better, but every time I look in the mirror, I see tons of scratches. And the cats are not helping, you guys. The cats are scratching me, and then I scratch the scratches, and then they get worse, and I just have to. I got one of those popping things, that has the bubbles. I'm trying that now. It's sitting in the living room by me. So if a book falls off a shelf, I look at the page that opens, see where my eyes land, and what the message is. All right. Hey, Bootsy. How are you? You're working and listening. Thank you so much for stopping in, and have a good day at work too. We're glad you're here. Today we're talking about anger as it relates to grief. And then just plain old anger, if you'd like. How is the hater hotline? You got some stuff going on over there? I didn't see your last Mess Monday, but I promise to get to it. I promise. I've kind of been trying to go YouTube incommunicado on like Mondays. My husband's home, so when I film, you can hear the TV in the background. So I got to figure out how to do a Mask Monday without him here. And Tuesday, I'm just kind of, and the weekend, I'm just kind of like trying not to stress about YouTube, not to think about it at all. And because I love doing this, and when I get stressed, I don't want to do it. I get insecure. I get, um, all the things. I get them. So I'm trying to, on those days, not think about it. So I haven't been watching as many videos, but I promise to get back to that. Um, So sorry for your loss, Zach. Thank you, Crystal. I truly appreciate these mental health and grief chats. You're welcome, Lady Spellbreaker. They help me too. I wouldn't be here if they didn't help me too. Tiffany said, tie up your husband. Is that what you do, Tiffany? Tie him up and tell him to keep quiet. I might have to incorporate duct tape for that, but Zach says a cookbook once fell off the shelf and it opened up to a recipe. LOL. Bootsy said it's good. She's so funny though. If you guys haven't seen Bootsy on the Beach, she's an awesome channel. She has her husband on there on Mask Monday, and he usually does a mask. So he's very brave, and she's just funny. If you guys get a chance, sweet and funny, check her out, please. Bootsy on the Beat. And she's in some collabs too with me. I think she's in the, are you in the St. Patrick's Day collab? So, but yeah, it's, YouTube can just become a lot. I think all of you know, sometimes you need to step back. And what I used to do was just not do anything for weeks. But now my lovely friend Jamie gets me on lives, and I started this Wellness Wednesday live. So I do still get to talk with people. Today it helps me so much. Wednesdays, just talking about it, getting it out. And then we have fun on Thursdays, and then Friday night, every other Friday night. Not this Friday night, but we do so sometimes Thursdays, if we don't feel good, we don't make it, but so if you don't see us, that's why. But we do the face painting, and then Friday night, every other Friday night is slumber party where we just have fun. We just have fun. So a cookbook once, oh, Zach said that already. Mental health is so important. Hi, Camille. Hi, Camille. Keep rocking it, sister. Rock your brand. Welcome, Camille. Oh, yeah. Tiffany's going to do some adult themed panels in the evening time. So looking forward to that, right? They may turn raunchy. Fair warning. Yes. Yes. We did one of those one time. We did adult questions. And so I put in the title, um, I didn't put warning. I put adult content, I think is what I put in it. Adult content, because I don't know how else you can tell people that, be careful when you're coming in here. Hey, Mr. J, how are you doing today? How are you doing? I saw your birthday shout out, and I did go over and did I subscribe? I think I subscribed. No, I couldn't find them. They must not have a YouTube channel. It must be an Instagram channel. Bootsy says yes. Tiffany says mental health needs to be talked about and not be so taboo. Exactly. Exactly. I tell everybody, even before I was on YouTube, I'm on medication. So if I'm a little grumpy, or if I am grumpy, I'll say, you know what, I think I might have forgot to take my medicine. So I'm sorry up front, but you never know what's coming out of this mouth, especially at work. Camille says, welcome, sister. Welcome, Camille. Zach, maybe you were supposed to cook something, Lady Spellbreaker said. Oh no, oh no. How do you make StreamYard for adults only? See, now I don't know how you do that. I have a settings here. Let's see. General audio, camera, shift videos to comments, audio, record a separate audio file. Nope. Hotkeys, layouts, guests. Let's see what it says about guests. See viewer comments, play a sound when they enter. Guests must authenticate. Oh, I have some banned guests. I didn't even know that. It's probably the bots. I always get the bots out. But I don't know, Tiffany. I don't know other than putting it in your title. But when I put adult content, I don't think it flagged anything because it didn't say explicit. It didn't say, any of the words. It said adult in content. So I don't think the algorithm would put that together. It's a computer, right? Okay. Zach said, let's see. I've been trying to take some time away from YouTube too, especially during the day when I have the most energy. That's why I made an exception today for Wellness Wednesday. Thank you so much. I tell people too, then they act surprised with my crazy shows. You know, I think those people just aren't listening. If they get offended, like today, there is a chance that someone could get upset or offended. And if I'm able to, I will reach out to them just because it's Mental Health and Wellness Wednesday. But on Thursday, if someone gets, or Friday, if someone gets upset, I mean, I can't fix it for everybody. I can't. And sometimes I'm basically generally a nice person, so I don't have a habit of bad things spewing out of my mouth. But if I'm in a mood, if I'm in a mood, all bets are off. Usually Jamie pulls me out of those kind of moods though, because she's fun. She's really fun. But I don't know how you would do that other than that's what I did. And I put it in my I have a what is that called? A playlist just for that adult content. So I had a fiance that passed away in a car accident. I had a ring, I had a dress. It was devastating, as you can expect, of course. He came to me in a dream about a year later. I couldn't see him. Yes, Bootsy, that's so hard. That's so hard. You're right there. That's so hard. And grief affects us all differently in different ways, blah, blah, blah. Words again, for different reasons. Like you don't always know that you're even grieving. Um, Unless it's something like obviously you are grieving. Um, but I don't know, I didn't feel like my grief was important. So let me put that out there. Your grief is important, first of all, and it's going to be different for everybody. And it may be about different things for everybody too. And we read that in this article. Your grief could be, like we were talking earlier, Lady Spellbreaker mentioned the pandemic, a loss of your old life, even though it was a tragedy, COVID, but a loss of your life before COVID could cause you to have grief and maybe not deal with it like you should be. Let's see. Zach said you can't, Tiffany, you can only do it through YouTube. Oh, thanks, Zach, for the info. I did not know that. It's like when you set up your video and it says, is the age is this uh first it says, is it for adults only or something? I always put yes, it's not for kids because like I said, I don't know what's gonna come out of my mouth. Let's see. Okay, thank you, Mr. J. I appreciate that. I looked and I couldn't find it for some reason. Um, yes, Tiffany, don't make us open up the can of crazy. I think you'll really like Tiffany, Lady Spellbreaker, if you get over there and watch some of her live. She's a really good person, funny, just really all around a good person. Let's see. Zach, I only have a phone though. So that, yeah, I'm not sure about that. Bootsy said, but I definitely could hear him. There was something there where I couldn't talk, but he told me he was okay and then he was going to be there when it was my time. Aw, Bootsy. That is sweet and still, I understand how that could affect you. Camille says, hello, Ms. Pretty Lady. A Stock Explorer. Hi, Tiffany. Bootsy said, it was the only experience I've ever had involving him, but I know he's in a better place, and I know there's something there for us after this life. That's awesome. That is a great way to look at that, Bootsy. That's a great way to look at that. Um, and closure. And you probably felt some closure from him contacting you in that way too. Zach says, I know, Tiffany, it doesn't matter. You can't through StreamYards. I want to get freaky, but I don't want to get in trouble, Zach. Don't report me. Zach, don't report her. Zach might show up, Tiffany, to the crazy streams. I think there's a lot about Zach we just don't know. Everyone gets offended, right? Yeah, and especially like, I drink a little wine on Friday nights. There could be all kinds of craziness coming out my mouth. you know, I wrote, won't we? Words. I won't report Tiffany. Never have, never will. Yeah, we love Tiffany. Thank you for coming today, Tiffany. Do it for 18 and over. I always check that box. Because if you don't, then they'll like do something with your comments. Because it'll be for kids if you don't check that box. But I don't put, there's one box I don't check, so they don't restrict it a lot. I don't remember. I haven't posted a video in a couple weeks, so I don't remember. You can make it unlisted and by invite only. Well, I mean, you can, but what about all the fun to be had? If anyone doesn't get Tiffany's humor, it's on them. Right, Mr. J? You're doing fine, Tiffany. On YouTube's end, when the video's over, Zach, put it for 18 years and over and you're good. Hello, Faye. Hello, Faye. Welcome. How are you doing today? Thanks, Mr. J, she said. Hello, Mr. J and Faye. Tiffany says, Lady Spellbreaker, I want anyone to come, but I don't know how to make it 18 and over. I will look into it. If you Google how to make it 18 and over on YouTube, that's what I do when I can't figure something out. I know people tell you to look up videos, but I don't have time like that to watch a bunch of videos. So I just Google it and they usually tell you. So, can't make everybody happy, unfortunately. Right? Lady Spellbreaker has been through some stuff too on YouTube with people. Bootsy says, I had and still deal with grief, especially when things are not going great. Even being married now, it just seems like it's something you don't get over. I don't know if you were here, Bootsy, but I was talking a little while ago. I saw a woman, she's in Michigan, Detroit, and she said, grief never goes away, but you learn to live with it every day. So I thought that was wise because people say, how do you get over it? And I don't know. And I don't know if there's an answer to that. You can deal with it and get through it, but for it to go away, I don't think that it does because feelings are feelings. And I thought it was very wise when she said that. I really liked that. And I kind of held on to that a little bit too. Lady Spellbreaker says it's an age setting you have to choose if it's for kids or not. So I always pick not for kids. Yeah. Mr. J says, hello, Lady Spellbreaker. Crazy is always welcome at Tiffany's. At Tiffany's place, crazy is always welcome. She's awesome. Zach says we're all a little crazy. Yup. We're at the mental health wellness. So, and nobody's mean here. I'm going to talk about that stuff you talked about, Tiffany, about the names and things in our tomorrow, because I really want to look into that because I don't want to get any strikes, but people just can't be coming in your lives and acting like idiots. So, and someone told me that everything that happens in your comments, even if you don't realize it, everything that happens over there, you're responsible for. I didn't know that till it's probably been a month ago. One of the guys that came on Friday nights, I think, told me, or he put it in the chat. And I was like, are you serious? We're responsible for grown people in our chat acting like idiots. And he's like, yeah, they will give you a strike because of those things people say in your chat. I'm like, that just doesn't seem right. Lady Spellbreaker says mine are always not meant for children. When I turned it to 18 plus, many of my subs couldn't chat because they have their settings on restricted. Okay. It's not our job, Susan said, to make others happy. I mean, don't go out of your way to make them unhappy, but in the end, that's on them. Because people, I will tell you, people who get offended easily, I'm not one of those people. I used to be one of those people that got offended by just sometimes the breathing of a person next to me would be irritating and I would be angry about it. But here's the thing, when you are offended easily, usually you have a lot of issues. Like, I was very insecure. Even though I was confident, I was still insecure about certain things. Um, I was very vain. Not that I'm not anymore, but I was like, I wanted to always look a certain way. And when you get older, you don't have no say in that. There is no say in that. So you got to get over that. But there was a lot I would get offended by when I was younger. I would say like in my late teens and 20s because of anger and because of not knowing how to deal with my emotions. And so those people that come in and they get offended, I apologize, but you can't do anything else. You can't make it okay because their offense is in here. You you may not have done anything. You may have sneezed during the live. You know what I mean? So I apologize and move on. That's about it. And I sometimes I don't even realize I've offended somebody. So if they don't say anything, I don't know, and I don't apologize. So let's see. So I agree, Susan. It's not to make them happy. We could grieve over a lost contact lens. Yeah. That seems more superficial than what we're talking about here, though. I don't know, Lady Spellbreaker. You want to expand on that? Hi, Stock Explorer. Sorry, I'm eating an orange and may miss some chat. No worries. Listening to my voice. Thank you. I always click this is not meant for kids, but then anyone 13 and over can see unless select this is for 18. Okay, so I always click not meant for kids, but I don't do the 18 and over. That's what I do on mine. But if you're doing an adult one, you might want to click both of those. A few cuss words have come out of my mouth on my channel. It's definitely not made for kids, right? I'm trying to learn and monitor my mouth and curse words because I do have a 13-year-old who loves my oracle cards and meditation. So I have to remind myself and the adults to behave ourselves. And I've been there when you've done that, and I don't think it's rude. I think it's a good thing to do so people are aware there's a young person in there and some stuff may not be appropriate. And I do not think it's offensive. I think that you handle it well. Yeah. If you mark 18 and over, lots of people may need to change their settings. Okay, so I think that's why I don't do that because I was having trouble. It's for people under 13. The legal YouTube age is 13. Oh, not for kids means it's not for people under 13. YouTube kids is for 4 to 12-year-olds. Okay. Tiffany says, even in chat, for example, if they use the N word, you either need mods or need to remove those comments. That's what I try to do. I have a few mods, but I try to pay attention. And Friday nights, we try to have mods for sure. Because, again, like I said, little wine, mouth runs crazy. Let's see. Your grief never goes away. We learn to carry it and dance through the tears with the angels. Lady Spellbreaker says the ego is only necessary for protection by purposes. Protection by purposes. I'm not fond of labels, but narcissistic people have deep wounds from my experience. Survival of their abuse and psychology studies. Yeah. Yeah, I think and I'm sure you've heard it from Oprah and whoever else, hurting people hurt people. So I mostly feel sorry for people like that, but I don't want to be around people like that. So I will block them from my chat. I will. Because, I don't play. I don't play that stuff. We have good people in here. No one's perfect, especially not me. So we all know that. Let's see. I'm going to read the next page too while we're chatting. Yes. accept. Oh, sorry guys. I didn't mean to get sidetracked. That happens to me quite a bit. So, all right, let's go back to the okay. Let's see. Oh, it's not rare to also feel anger towards the situation or person you lost. Yes, I was mad. I was mad when she passed away. We didn't know if it was accidental at that point when we had the funeral. We didn't know. It had to be, she had to get the what is that called? Help me, what's the name? I don't want to get too detailed, but it's when they take your blood and they check for drugs and then they do the Y incision. What is that called? I can't think of that. Words, words, words. Let's see. I missed a bunch. Yes, indeed. Yes, I put it on subscribers only mode now. I've noticed that when I enter your chat, it says must be a subscriber for so long. I always qualify, but I noticed that. I'm not sure how you do that, but that's definitely something to look at. Um, on YouTube, a little craziness is, but if we want to gain subscribers, that's probably not a good setting to put on. On YouTube, a little craziness is a requirement, right? To come in here and chat with people you don't know and speak about your own mental health issues. Yeah, we need to be a little bit, crazy. I don't mind the word crazy. Some people do get offended by that, but then again, like I said, the people who are offended by it are probably insecure about their crazy. You know, I can't fix that. I can't help them through that. Excuse me. It really keeps the trolls and idiots out. Yes, Lady Spellbreaker, it does. But if you're trying to grow your channel and you're okay with people coming in, I think, you know, it's a difficult line to cross. But I know you've been through some stuff, so that's one of the reasons you do that. I'm still guilty of a little narcissism, Tiffany says. At least I'm aware, though. I'm not outwardly trying to offend people. Right? To be self-aware is a positive thing, Tiffany. I agree. I agree. Yeah. Um, Lady Spellbreaker says, whack a troll. Yes, we whack a troll here. There is healthy narcissism, but it's still the ego talking. Yeah, yeah, we all have egos, God gave us the ego. How we deal with it is a whole nother thing, because I can be, I think everybody has good and bad days and everybody goes through stuff. It's the clinical anxiety and depression when you're diagnosed. It's when it interrupts or disturbs your life. You can't go to work. You can't sleep. That's a big one. If you can't sleep, your brain doesn't have time to heal from whatever happened that day or from whatever trauma in your past. Your brain's got to heal. So, the ego's only necessary in you. I already read that part, for protection by purposes. I'm not sure what that means. Deep grief is loss of someone we love so much. It can be a breakup, someone still here, or the loss of someone who left this world. Yes. If a friend leaves you, someone you thought that was a friend. Autopsy, Susan, thank you. That's the word. We didn't know at the funeral. They performed the autopsy, of course, and then it took it's not like on TV where they give you the results the next day. You got to wait for months to get those results. So we didn't know it was accidental for several months. So thank you, Frugal Mama. Yeah, I couldn't think of it. Autopsy. What's wrong with me? Okay, I'm here listening. I have to get ready to go to the park now. All right. All right. Thank you so much for coming and listening. Hurt people. Yeah, I don't want to be around them either. Jamie says, I'm so sorry. I've been up all night with my stomach bug. Oh no, Jamie. I hope you feel better. And Mr. J said, hey, Frugal Mama. Okay, so let's see. Okay. At some point, you may also feel guilty for being angry. This could make you angrier. Yes. That is true. I sometimes feel guilty after I get angry. I try not to get angrier because if I do, it's at myself. So that's like I said, I try to address the situation immediately. Um, I don't have problems with confrontation, but I used to be one of those people who would confront somebody in anger and just be a, you know, not nice person. So no worries, Jamie. If you need to take it easy, take it easy. Let's see. Try reminding yourself that underneath your anger is pain. And even if you might not feel like it, the anger is necessary for healing. So the anger is the pain. And even if you might not feel like it, the anger is necessary for healing. Hmm. Okay. Um, Lady Spellbreaker said depression shrinks the brain. That's why you need the sleep. But if you're depressed, it's hard to sleep and so on and so on. So you need the sleep when you're depressed. Sometimes when you're depressed, you can just sleep all day and all night, and that could be why. So your brain heals. But um I've done that before. Slept 16, 18 hours. I know it sounds crazy, but when I worked swing shift, um, that last day of midnights, I would stay up all day. And so then the next morning, I would sleep. I would go to bed early that night and I would sleep till the afternoon, you know. So, um, Jamie, so sorry to hear that. Make sure you sip some water with electrolytes to stay hydrated. Frugal Mama is driving but listening. Thank you so much for being here. Get some calming herbal tea for the belly. And Zach said, feel better soon, Jamie. Yes, Miss Jamie. We all have those days, though, you know, and especially now. Yes, don't text and drive, Lady Spellbreaker said. Yes, Frugal Mama, we're glad you're here, and we understand if you don't text. We totally get it. I always do that, too, when I'm in a chat if I'm driving because I can't, you know, I'll do that, and then I'll start driving. Like, I wanna listen while I'm driving, like, especially if it's live, because then you can hear people interacting and stuff, so, sending you healing love and light, Jamie. That's the hardest part. I am so thirsty, I just wanna chug water, but if I do, it's not gonna be good. That's why, yeah, add the electrolytes if you can, if you wanna drink a watery Gatorade or whatever, definitely get those in too. Um, I've been having to do that because I haven't been taking super good care of myself, drinking all my water. I've been in a bit of a funk lately. Like I was on the couch the other day and my glass was empty of water and I have it right here. And I said, I should get up. This is depression. I should get up and just get a drink, fill that container. But I don't feel like it. I don't want to get up. I want to just sit here, watch TV, and do nothing. And that's not normal, I don't believe. So, deep hurt is an anger iceberg. You did mention that, so we'll have to look that up too. I have to tell myself to get out of bed and then tell myself to rest more. Yeah, it's a roller coaster I'm on a roller coaster every day. I'm sure many of you are. And we just get through it. We get through it. We live life. It's not easy, but we do it. So positive self-talk, even to leave the house. I've been struggling with agoraphobia. I notice that the more I stay at home, the more I like it. And the more I don't want to go out. And I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing. My husband thinks it's weird because I'm not a person to stay at home all the time. He thinks it's weird. Zach said, I was so depressed one day, I only got out of bed to get food. I hear you, Zach. It happens. I mean, some days it's hard to get out of bed. Some days personal hygiene is not important. I took a shower today. You can see my curly hair, but some days I'm like, it'll take 15 minutes. What is wrong with me? Why can't I get off the couch and do it? Let's see. I have to mentally prepare myself with serious, positive self talk to enter the world now. Anxiety is so bad. Yeah. Yeah. You are really good at the positive talk, though, Lady Spellbreaker. I tell you, you are very uplifting. I know it's harder when it's you. I know that you're very uplifting to other people. And when it comes to ourselves, sometimes it's a lot more difficult. Jamie says, Bella won't leave me alone. She thinks I'm mad at her, but she keeps stepping on my stomach. Bella just loves her mama. She loves her mama. Oh, yes, Zach. Hardly have energy to get food. The fatigue with grief is almost unbearable, and the headaches. I've been having a lot of headaches lately, too, which is not normal for me. Got to get myself going and get my energy flowing. Music makes me move. Yes, it does. And yeah, yeah. Don't, I wish for you that you would have all the positive vibes and all the energy and everything that you give to us. I wish that to come back to you tenfold, Lady Spellbreaker. I'm sending it back. And I know it's hard. Okay, let's see. Where did I stop? Anger is pain. I never associated anger with pain, though. That's something to think about um in the article. Anger is pain as well. I know, like we said, hurt people. I don't remember how I said it. Hurting people hurt people. That's how it is. People who are already hurting don't, they hurt other people out of that. So Zach says, I got heartless before because I didn't cry at my brother's funeral. I can't cry in front of people. And, people just need to mind their business. You lost your brother. You're grieving, whether you're grieving the way they want you to or not. And they should be more sensitive about that. Your grief is not the same as whoever's grief is calling you names. That person, whoever that was, I'd stay away from them because they don't get it. They don't understand it. And they shouldn't be speaking about something that they know nothing about. So, Lady Spellbreaker says, not heartless, Zach. You were in shock. That's the first stage of grief, right? And how you deal with it is how you deal with it. People, who who do they think they are that they can judge your grief or judge your depression or judge your anxiety? Who, you know what I mean? What makes them qualified, especially if they're not a psychiatrist, a therapist, any of that? That's good, Zach, because I wouldn't either. That person is ignorant and should not be speaking at all. When I was going through my divorce, I was so depressed. I thought I was becoming agoraphobic. I would throw up, get the chills, etc., just thinking about leaving the house. So, but you're not like that anymore. So it's something that you can come out of, is what I'm thinking. So I think that maybe I'm just going through a period in my life where I just want to stay home and not leave. And well, and it hurts. My knees hurt when I do too much. So I'm hoping that once I'm feeling better, it'll pass. And I already told him, I said, I think it's mostly because I can't, my knees. I think it's mostly because I can't get around well. So, Susan says, not everybody deals with grief the same way, right? I didn't cry when I lost either parent because I was trying to be strong for everyone else. Yes, Susan. And that is, I'm going to say, are you an oldest child, Susan? Um, I was the oldest child and oldest grandchild, and I didn't cry at my grandpa's funeral, but I definitely grieved him. He was grumpy and ornery, and I loved him. So, you know, um, yeah, I didn't cry at his funeral. Now I cry so easy, just a picture or song or memory triggers me so much. I could be in public just crying. And to that, I say, Lady Spellbreaker, that it's okay. I say it's okay. If I see someone crying, I'll ask them, Are you okay? And if they say yes, I will leave them alone. Or is there anything I can do for you? Nothing. Okay. I will leave them alone. Just making sure that they're not contemplating, taking their life or doing something to, you know what I mean? Just, we don't want that. But you shouldn't be ashamed to cry because I'm uncomfortable with you crying. That's my problem. It's not yours, right? Jamie, I hope you're doing better now with agoraphobia. Yeah, she gets out a lot. I think she is doing better, but I understand when you're at home, it can get really comfortable. And I love my house and I love my pets and I love my husband and I love my TV a little too much and my couch. Happy by Pharrell Williams is a song that describes my brother, so it makes me tear up. I love that song, Zach. I love that. And it's okay if it makes you tear up. There's nothing wrong with that. I feel like I'm an emotional wreck. Yes, don't judge another's journey, especially their grief. Good, healthy boundaries, Zach. Yes. Jamie says, I'm not like that anymore. Now I want to be out there and see the world. So yes, you give me hope, Jamie, that it's just a stage. It's going to pass. It's going to pass. Susan says, after my dad died, I didn't grieve because I was so busy taking care of arrangement and wrapping up his affairs that one day, a few months later, on my way to work, I just started crying, right? You held it down and then it came out when you didn't expect it. But I totally understand that someone has to when my grandma passed, her and my mother took care of everything for her that she left behind and things. And I cried a lot at her funeral, though. We were very close. And at that point in my life, I was like, screw anybody who doesn't like me crying, because I was like that. I hated crying at work. I would start crying and then I would get upset that I was crying. So I would keep crying. And it was like, Crystal, it's just, there's nothing wrong with crying. Susan says, I'm a middle child, actually, just the most mature one. That's that. There you go, Susan, the most mature. Hey, Fatally Flawed Ash, welcome. How are you doing today? Zach says, I need to get back to cleaning. Have a good day. Thanks for coming in, Zach. And when you're done cleaning there, I know you're in Canada. Could you make your way to Michigan and help me out there, my friend? Jamie says, when I was going through it, I couldn't even go to my kids' sports. I would make myself sick till they said it was okay. I didn't go, then I was okay. Yes. Yes. Because we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. I think, like you thought, if I don't go, he's not gonna, he's gonna be mad or he's not gonna play well. And the kids are like, we're gonna be fine. Fine. They taught us in treatment never to stop someone's tears. Yes. Yes. Have a great night, Zach. I appreciate the thought. I really do. They told us to let someone cry. Don't pat their shoulders and say they're there and don't hand them a tissue. It makes them feel like they shouldn't cry. I learned that too in rehab, not about the tissue. Because we're in group, right? If you guys have ever been in any type of mental or addiction type institution, there's group therapy. And someone was crying, and one of the guys took a tissue. It was a lady, and he was going to give it to her. And the group, the therapist said, we don't want to do that. And she was nice about it. She said, we don't want to do that because it makes people feel like they should stop crying. And I was like, I didn't know that, because when people hand me tissues, I don't think that. I always think, thank God they gave me a tissue, I can blow my nose. Because that all, when you cry, I never do the pretty cry. It's always, I turn red, the tears come, the nose runs. I don't know what a pretty cry is. I always do the ugly cry. That's just me. But I did learn that in a rehab, that you're not supposed to hand people a tissue. And I never thought that, really. I never did. And Jamie, thank you for dropping my link. I appreciate it. I'm amazed how many people try to stop me from crying, and I'm exhausted being strong when I need to cry. Yes. I think a lot of us, at least in my age group, 50-ish, 40-ish, 50-ish, like I said, when I was young, you didn't cry. You were a crybaby, or you were weak, and when you're in a crazy family, you don't want to be the weak one, right? Because in nature, the weak one gets killed by the lion. So, um, yeah, we were taught that, I think, from young age. So whenever I see like a family member crying, I'm like, get it out. Don't stop. Keep talking. Get it out. My mom's the worst. The worst. If we can get her talking and crying at the same time, we're like, yes, don't stop. Keep going, because that's how she was raised. She taught us what she knew. She did the best that she knew at that time in her life. And she's a great mom. I don't want you to think she's not, but they have their issues. They taught us what they knew. We have issues. Everybody has different issues. So everyone have a beautiful day. I'm going to the park. Have fun and play. You're welcome. Have a great day, Lady Spellbreaker. Have a great day. Oh goodness, it's almost 3. We got 15 minutes. Okay, so what did I okay. Let's see. Try reminding yourself that underneath your anger is pain. I think I already read that. And even if it might not feel like it, the anger is necessary for healing. Yeah, we talked about that. Anger might also be a way to reconnect to the world after isolating yourself from it during the denial stage. When you're numb, you're disconnected from everyone. And I've been there too. I've been in the numb. So, um, when you're angry, you connect, even if through this emotion. So you're connecting to people even if you're angry. But anger isn't the only emotion you might be experiencing during this stage. Irritability, yes. Bitterness, anxiety, rage, and impatience are just some other ways you might cope with your loss. It's all part of the same process. So I think those are like under anger, you're irritable, bitter, rage, impatience falls under anger. Okay. So Susan says, I've always considered myself to be an emotionally strong person when I was younger. When I was raising my sons, I tried to raise them to be strong men. Yes. But if you're the strong one all the time, Susan, I'm going to tell you just from my experience, it's very hard. And that's when you stuff it. You keep stuffing and stuffing, and then it comes out at inappropriate times. For me, that's how it works for me. And I didn't realize that until I was in my 40s. Until, okay to cry stuff just is recent in the last 20, 50, 40, in the last 10, 15 years. Yeah. It's recent. Because the stuff that you're raised with, the stuff you're taught when you're little, that stuff stays. It stays in here. It doesn't it stays. It may go back. It may be shoved to the back, but it's in there. And I don't know if there's any way to remove it, because in the worst of times, that's when the bad stuff just pops out, the talking and, I'm a person who's been hurt several times by gossip. I refuse to gossip. I refuse. If somebody says, "Did you hear the something about so and so?" and I say no, and they'll say, "Well," and I'll say, "And I really would rather not hear that, if that's okay with you." So, um, thanks for being so awesome. You too, Lady Spellbreaker. You are awesome. Susan said, my older son told me one day that he understood my approach, but admitted that it caused damage because he felt he was wrong for feeling his emotions. Oh, and Susan, what happened at that time? Were you okay? We have to be willing to understand those things and be open to them being honest with us. Yes, yes. And that helps them. And I think that helps us too. It does. And he's very brave. I think you did a pretty good job with him, for him to know what's going on and to speak the words. Because that's the thing, like, you might be angry, but what words do you use to describe it if you don't know? it just comes out and you're angry at somebody else. If you have the words, I think sometimes it's better. Like, I'll say, I'm irritable today and I know why. I'm a big, like, I like to fix things. I like to know why stuff does what it does, why people do what they do, why I do what I do. I was one of those annoying kids that kept saying why. My mom would say, "Cause I said so." If any of you ever got that, let me know. My boys have been my rock through so much, through my divorce, my grief, my surgeries, and now with moving to Indiana, my boys have been my rock. They're awesome too. They're awesome. I think sometimes, Susan, you don't realize how good they do turn out. And like I said, because he was able to speak those words to you, some of that came from you, I believe. And he was able to tell you how he was feeling. And like you said, being willing to understand these things and be open to them is, I mean, it's priceless. It is. I was actually very touched by it. It showed much maturity and growth that he felt comfortable to let me know. Absolutely. Absolutely. And eh, yeah, that's awesome. That's my hope. My granddaughter, I don't see her very much now, but we helped raise her because her father wasn't in the picture. But, until she was in her teenage years, she stopped coming to visit at, like, 12, when she was 12, because, well, she had so many friends and such a busy social life that she wasn't able to come over. She hasn't been over in quite some time, but, she's very mature, but I know that she is the one who holds in her emotions, and I would tell her oftentimes, "It's fine to cry, it's good, you're okay. I'm not gonna make fun of you, I'm not gonna call you names." But I hope when she gets older, she remembers that. I think we impart things to them that we don't even realize to the young ones. Zach said, I got tired of cleaning. I'm back. Well, that is not going to fly at my house, Zach. I got a messy, messy house. Um, that challenge to show your makeup room as it is, not clean it up to show it. I'm not doing it. Yeah. Welcome, Zach. Welcome back. Oh, let's see what time we got going on here. We finished our article. We got like 8 minutes left. So it's a free for all. Anything anybody would like to talk about? I know it's only like, what did I say, 8 minutes? But I do try to stay on topic for the replay if anybody else likes to watch the replays. And I like so that they feel like they were here. I want them to feel like they were actually here and participating in the chat. And hopefully it helps them as well. So love the replay, people. If you're still here and you're watching the replay, and everybody that's here today joining me, I appreciate you so much. This really, really helps me. It makes me feel so much better after I get to talk, and talk with you and hear your stories, and we share. Maybe some stuff you don't really want to know, but I share. I hate. I don't know if I've talked about it before, but I think secrets in life, unless it's a surprise party, are detrimental. I think that they are horrible, and we should be um we should be taught to not keep secrets. Um, because I guess I should, if it's a friend and it's something in confidential, that's different. When I say secret, I mean like um the kids who've been hurt in different ways that don't speak up because it's a secret. Um we had a secret growing up. My dad was an alcoholic. We couldn't talk about it. We couldn't have people over. I thought that was normal. It was not normal. It was not a normal life and I didn't know it. So those type of secrets are what I'm talking about. We kept them, and we're still good at keeping them, but they're bad for us even though we keep them. So, I think he sees things differently now that he's a parent. He understands that parenting is not perfect. Yes, yes. It is and I don't have any actual children. I have a stepdaughter, and then I have grandkids. She has 4 children, or 5. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 5. We got 5 grandkids, 1 stepdaughter, and, I know that she's been a single parent, and she is not a single parent anymore, but it's hard. My sisters both were single parents. Just any parenting, even if you have, a husband or a partner or any of that, it's not easy. It's not an easy job. So I say that my parents did the best they knew at that time. I don't blame them for a lot of things. I really don't. I know that things happened, and I need to figure out how to deal with them in my brain and make it so I don't do those things anymore. Um, but yeah, when they become parents, absolutely, absolutely. Um, like I said, I don't have kids, but I see my brother, my sister's kids, and how they deal with them, and I just think, man, I might have dodged a bullet there. Might have. hmm It's very hard. It's very hard. And to be in a relationship and have kids and balance both of those things is even more difficult, I think. Okay, let's check our time. It is 56, so we got 4 more minutes. Let's see. So next week we're going to talk about grief and the fives. Let's see. We're going to talk about bargaining, which is one of the things that I don't really understand. So that will be very helpful to me. And I'm hoping that I will have my slides working correctly because, yeah, I'm pretty upset at myself that that didn't work out. Yeah, but bargaining, I'm not really sure what that entails. So parenting is not for the weak, right? The children will eat you if you're weak. You can't be weak. Oh yeah, because they know your kids know everything that irritates you. They can take advantage of that in like a second. They know how to get you to they can manipulate. Kids are awesome at manipulating their parents because they know everything about you. They live with you. So yeah, definitely not for the weak. I think that should be a t-shirt. What do you think, Susan? Parenting is not, in big letters, not for the weak. That sounds like something that could go viral. Okay, everybody. It's 58 now. So I want to thank everyone who came to the live. I appreciate you all. I do. I appreciate you all, and talking with you has been just the highlight of my week, pretty much. And oh, Jamie said Jaron never understood where money went while growing up because I was a single mom, but now as a married parent, he said, "How did you stretch so little so far?" Right? Yeah, I think that's the only thing as parents you can have is to wait for your kids to have their own kids and understand what you went through. Other than that, they just think you're dumb. So, yeah, Jaren is funny too. So he's got her little baby grandbaby, her first grandbaby. So, so what was I saying? Thank you guys for being here. I don't know. I just love doing this. Yes. Thank you, Susan. And I just enjoy my time here on Wednesday. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And if you don't, it's okay to not be okay. I didn't wear my shirt today. I have my dog. My dog gets me, which is one of my favorite shirts as well. So thank you, Frugal Mama. Jamie said funny is a word for him. Yes. Um, I will catch you in an hour or so at your live at 4 o'clock. If you guys have a chance and you want to check out some smart ladies and funny ladies who do a great live together. I mean, they play off each other perfectly. Um, and they are awesome. 4 o'clock on either Frugal Mama's channel or One Busy Mama's channel. They'll be going live. And yeah, I'll be there. So if you want to stop by, Jamie said I can think of a few others. That would be great if you would stop by. Conversation with the mamas. So let's see. So thank you so much, everybody, and I will talk to you later. Bye, everybody. Bye.